doesn't really like doing conflicts like in person. Online, that's different, but in person, very much doesn't like doing it like that. So if you ever need anything for online, like anything done online, he got your back.
Uh, Grumpy or Jet? Do you guys want to go?
I throw. So the name's Jerry Gallo. Yeah, that's right, Jerry Gallo. Uh, like a 6 foot nothing, not too big, average, just like the average looking guy. Doesn't really stick out in any major way. Uh, kind of chatty, likes to talk to people. Uh, Jerry Gallo is a cheerful investigator who works in the or who works the back alleys. And other than that, yeah, he's pretty. He like it just seems like a well put together kind of person. Suit and tie. If you dealt with him, his tie is never loose. If it's always where it should be. That top button's always buttoned, kind of thing. When he's wearing a jacket, it's buttoned up. It's not loose. Hands never puts his hands in his pockets. Like you've never seen this man put his hands in his pockets. It just doesn't do it. Um, he does wear a wedding ring. Has never talked about his wife. If you deal with him, uh, Jerry Gallo.
What was your thing? Your descriptor type and focus.
What?
I'm a
Uh,
blank,
Your
blank or
sentence.
blanks.
I told you I am a Jerry Gallo is a cheerful investigator who works the back alleys.
uh, I blanked then. My apologies.
That leaves Jet.
There we go. My name is Konge Mono. Fortunately, everybody has just started calling me Ted. I am a sturdy protector who likes to fight dirty. I was trained in the Far East by some very dangerous people in the arts of making people disappear, as I myself disappear. One day, on a mission, I ran into something that I couldn't explain, and ever since, I have been trying to prove that my ninjutsu is stronger than any entity that I could come across. So I joined the Institute to prove my worth.
All right. Uh, Quick question, Jet. Your character is Japanese, right?
Correct.
So he speaks Japanese?
Yep.
Cool. Just want to make sure. All right. Now, you are all in the observation room currently. You've been called down here to witness a statement that's being recorded. What typically happens is people with paranormal events to report will come in and submit a written statement of their events. And if it catches the eye of the higher ups, they'll be brought in to record a statement for further research. On the opposite side of a two-way mirror, you see a room that looks like a police interrogation room, metal table, chairs, and some baffling on the walls, like a recording studio. Sitting there, you see an extremely nervous looking man, unshaven, bags under his eyes, hair is uncombed, unkempt. Uh, you've all witnessed statements being recorded before, but you've never all been called down at once. so this is a bit strange. Eventually, the head archivist, Brian Emerson, your immediate supervisor, comes in. Ah, good, you're all here. This gentleman is Connor Erickson. He's reporting an event that seems worth investigation. Furthermore, as he describes it, it is an ongoing event that we could potentially study firsthand. If his statement pans out, you will likely be sent into the field to examine, to investigate yourselves. Then he goes over to the computer, begins a recording device, then goes over to an old-fashioned tape deck straight out of the 80s that records on cassette tapes and begins recording at that as well. He then he exits the observation room and heads into the statement room. He greets Mr. Erickson, sits down across from him, and says, there are two microphones on the table that connect to the computer and the tape recorder, respectively. So he greets him, sits down opposite, and leans over to the microphones and says, statement of Connor Erickson regarding a new room that appeared in his home in Shadewood, New York. Statement given January 29th, 2025. Audio recorded directly from subject. Observed by Brian Emerson, head archivist of the Magnus Institute, New York branch. Statement begins. Oh, uh, uh, where to start? Well, I lost my job nearly a year ago. My wife and I have managed to get by on with just her salary and our savings, but that wouldn't last forever. About 2 months ago, my brother-in-law suggested applying to that new development upstate, the new Revelation headquarters. You would all know that Revelation is a massive multinational corporation like Amazon or Google. You also know that they are building a new corporate headquarters upstate in the middle of nowhere and are basically building an entire city around their new offices just to support it. He continues. They must have been desperate for workers. Less than a day after I sent in my application, I was scheduled for an interview. I made the drive upstate, and the interview couldn't have gone better. She asked a few boilerplate questions, seemingly as a formality. Then she went right into pay, benefits, covering moving expenses, even offering to help us finance the purchase of one of their newly built employee houses. I was over the moon. Then she told me the job that I've been applying for wouldn't start until the headquarters officially opened in 6 months. She must have noticed how disappointed I was, because she quickly offered me a solution. They had an immediate opening for a front desk receptionist. My job would basically be to tell people that the office wasn't open yet and that they should leave. I accepted on the spot. It didn't pay as much as the job I'd wanted, but it was still more than my last job. Plus, she said it would be simple to transfer me once the office fully opened. The next few days were a dream. They sold us a beautiful house at a fraction of its market value. I was worried about getting a mortgage since my credit isn't great, but the moment I mentioned I worked for Revelation, they stopped asking questions and just approved it. The job paid enough that Kira, that's my wife, was finally able to quit the secretary job she hated and start writing full time. We were even talking about trying for a baby soon. I'm telling you all this so that you understand why we acted the way we did. It was about 5 weeks ago that we made the move upstate. Just 5 weeks. Goes to show how fast things can change. The neighborhood was kind of creepy, a huge suburban sprawl full of cookie-cutter houses, almost all of them empty. We figured it would be better once people started to move in. The house itself was perfect. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, big backyard. We couldn't have asked for anything better. The real strangeness began 3 days after we arrived. A new door appeared on the second floor. It appeared on a stretch of wall that we'd walked past dozens of times already. The photos Kira had hung up had actually shifted to either side to make room for it. Inside was a small room, about the size of a walk-in closet. It had the same kind of walls and floors as the upstairs hall, but it was otherwise empty. It was between the master bedroom and the spare bedroom, except there was no in-between. I know. I measured. Doesn't matter how small the room was, there was just no space for it. This room couldn't exist, but it did. In the end, we did the only thing we could think of. We ignored it. We tried to convince ourselves that we were mistaken, that the room had always been there. I know it was stupid, but we found the American dream and we refused to wake up from it. About 2 weeks after about 2 weeks of ignoring the room, I decided to go through the door again. I think it was part of my attempt to convince myself that it was just a normal room. When I opened the door, the room was bigger, longer, like a hallway, and there were 2 more doors on either side. I closed the door at once and went back downstairs. When Kira saw my face, there was an unspoken agreement between us. We would never open that door again. We lived like that for weeks. We were starting to feel some sense of normalcy again. I guess people really can get used to anything. Until yesterday. My sister-in-law Leslie came to visit. She brought her 5-year-old son Robbie with her. We weren't really worried. If she'd asked, we'd just tell her the door was a linen closet. We were in the living room having coffee when we heard a noise upstairs. Then we noticed that Robbie had wandered off. Leslie said she would go get him, but I remembered that door. The idea of Robbie alone in that room filled me with a terror I had never felt before. I bounded past Leslie and took the stairs 2 at a time. Kira came up after me, followed by Leslie, shocked by our panic. As I feared, the impossible door was open. Only now, the room had extended into an endless hallway with dozens of doors on both sides. It extended well beyond the boundaries of our house, but that didn't even faze me at that point. We followed the trail of open doors through empty rooms, more hallways, and finally found Robbie in a room that wasn't empty. I think it was supposed to be a bedroom, but like an abstract painting of a bedroom brought to life. We weren't interested in asking questions. We just grabbed Robbie and tried to find our way back out. However, the room had no intention of letting us go that easily. The doors we had come through must have closed behind us, and I suspect they could move around too. We didn't start making progress until I started marking the doors with my pocket knife. Still, it took us over 6 hours to find our way out. We drove through the night to Leslie's and then I came here. Please, isn't there anything you can do? Despite everything, I want my home back. Statement ends. As he says that, you know that's your signal to shut off the recording devices. He addresses Mr. Erickson again. We are not the Ghostbusters, Mr. Erickson. However, if in the course of our investigation we are able to end these events at your home, so much the better. If you excuse me, I must confer with my colleagues. He leaves and comes back to the observation room. As soon as he comes in, he goes over to the computer and starts playing back the recording. At first, it starts normal. You hear what he's saying, but as he begins to describe the room, the door, the audio starts to break up, becoming garbled and distorted. Once the audio becomes completely unintelligible, he stops the recording and goes back to the tape deck and starts playing that back. He fast forwards to the point where it started to break up on the digital recording. Only this time it's recording perfectly clearly. After listening to that for a moment, he stops the tape, looks at his watch. It's about a 4-hour drive up to Shadewood, so there's no point in leaving this late in the afternoon. I want you all here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. You'll take the Institute van up to Shadewood and investigate his home. Use the rest of today to perform any preliminary investigations into these events. Any questions?
So that device, one of the devices didn't record, but the actual cassette did.
Yes.
Crazy. So first of all, awesome. Awesome. That was just I've been listening to the Magnus archives. That was spot on. I loved it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Connor, Kira the wife, and no children. They have no children, right?
Right.
Shadowwood, New York. Do we know anything about Revelations? Do they have any connection to any other strangeness, I should say?
Not to my knowledge. None that's been brought to our attention.
And because they're an up and coming big business, that's why he automatically got approved for stuff.
Well, it seems like they're the ones building it. You say, you know, my employees just give them. It almost seems.
I can't say why the bank approved his mortgage, but Revelation has tremendous influence in almost every industry. Huge numbers of subsidiaries.
Okay. Shadowwood, New York. 5 weeks ago. 3 rooms, 2 baths. So are we to speak with the sister and the nephew, or?
You may proceed with the investigation as you wish. I have other matters to attend to. As always, if you need anything, you can let me know. And
So when we come
Oh,
back tomorrow, we don't have to wait for you. We can just grab the van and go.
yes, certainly.
Thanks, Mr.
Brian Emmers. Mr. Emmers.
Yes, Emerson.
To clarify, the wife and sister are currently in New York City. They're not up in Shadewood.
Okay. And we're in New York right now too, right?
Yes.
Or where's our okay?
Um,
New York City.
can we get the location of the house? I want to look it up.
Yeah, we have it right
He's still sitting in the statement room if you want to talk to him.
Yeah, I was asking him.
here. Oh.
Well, you're on the other side of a one-way mirror,
Oh,
so you'd have to go in.
all right. I would go in and I would just. I would like to get the info of the house or the address.
Yeah, and Gary, did you want to go and get the address of the sister? Because it sounded like you wanted to talk to them.
And don't forget, some of you have abilities that can already be used. Can't you, Grumpy?
Sorry, what was that?
I think you have an ability that could be useful here.
I'm sorry, my wife was she's going to bed. Sick. I have a lot of abilities, I think. I have decipher and missing details.
Oh, did we roll for ciphers already?
Oh, right.
Right.
Ciphers. Sorry.
Oh.
All them bones.
Yeah, everyone roll 2d100 except for, I think, Oni. You rolled 3.
Yeah, I got 3 ciphers.
Mm,
Cipher table is page 107 in the
Nope.
manual.
It's /R first.
Well, yeah, I got that.
I mean, he's the computer geek. He's got to help you out.
I gotta
Well,
correct
when
you. I'm
when it didn't
actually
work the one way, there was no other option but to go the other direction. Uh, I guess why didn't I?
But why would you put the T100 before the R?
Magnus Archives. Just my abilities.
I got a tightrope and a hard shoulder.
You spend 1 minute examining a piece of writing or code in a language. I'm pretty sure that's not the one. You listen to words in a PC, you read a transcript of something that was said, or read an account written by someone, such as a statement, and you immediately note something that wasn't said. This can be something implied by what was said or written, or something obviously left out. The image provides this brief back to you. The words written or spoken must be substantial, like someone giving an eyewitness account, telling a story, or previously mentioned giving a statement. It's an enabler.
Do we roll their level right now? Or is that something you give us?
You can roll them now.
And what was the cyber thing?
And Patrick, you said you wanted to talk to him about getting the address and the.
yeah. I mean the address for the
Oh,
so I could
yes,
research it
it's
all.
7 Apple Tree Lane. It's the address, but GPS won't work there. It hasn't been mapped by Google yet. So he'll give you detailed instructions on how to find his house.
The, the thanks.
There's that problem. The fuck? Someplace where Google doesn't work.
Anyone else have questions for him? Or
Um, did we want to speak to the sister?
I mean, what other information could we get out of her?
You know, this guy's a crackpot, and he's off his meds. Maybe he's just bad with numbers, and he measures the distance between the places, but forgot there's like numbers after 10.
does anyone want to try to evaluate him, see if he was lying or just crazy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in
Yeah,
and
I would.
evaluate him
While leaving.
and try and find out the address of the sister.
If you want to try to figure out if he's lying, it would be an intellect roll. If you have detect motive, I believe, or sense motive.
The
Nope.
CERN motive. I have
Yeah.
inability.
Well, it's you would roll. So who
Okay.
wants to roll on that?
So I do have discerning motives as a skill. But I also do have that missing detail, which I would definitely use. Question: if you're using a special ability, does your edge take off the like the 1 point, or is it always going to be the 2 points no matter what, or whatever it is?
No, it would take off 1 point for. It reduces all costs.
Gotcha. All
So if you
right.
want to use missing detail, it would be 1 point with your 1 edge.
Discerning. And what's the dice rolls in this damn thing?
It's
I
all
know I
d20.
Oh, it is. Oh, that's right. You can ease the difficulty. That's what. Okay, that's right.
If you're using missing detail, I'll tell you one thing he hadn't mentioned. Anything about any neighbors or coworkers who might have experienced something similar? Or
Oh.
he said that the neighborhood is mostly empty, but there must be someone else living there.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're all living in his fucking closet.
Yeah, they're all living in that same fucking hallway. Before anybody goes in there, I will probably have like mention that to them as they're heading in that direction. Be like, hey, yeah, he did mention his neighbors. Yeah, okay.
So I'm guessing the stern motive and inability, that's just a higher roll, or
If you have an inability with discern motive, yes, it would increase the difficulty. Oh, is that your discern motive?
Yeah, that was my discerning motive roll, trying to figure out. I don't even guess I should.
That's more than enough. Way more than enough. He's definitely not lying. He believes what he is saying. And with such a high roll, I'll tell you, he has suffered some sort of trauma, whether it's what he experienced from this room or if this room is a delusion that a real trauma inflicted on him. You're not sure, but he's seen some shit.
All right. Some MK Ultra kind of shit going on here.
All right, why don't we split everyone up and have everyone do their own uh, research? Who's talking to the witness?
I can.
I won't be.
Unless Grumpy said ooh and he wanted to.
Well, I was just trying to figure out who. It doesn't really matter, I guess. I am an investigator. Makes
Yeah, if you
sense,
want to
but
do that.
yeah, I can. We kind of already, but yeah, I can question it. Bring in some coffee or something. We have some donuts lying around.
We'll be the tea person.
There you go. So is that where we're starting? Is going to be questioning this young man.
Sure.
How old is this guy?
Uh, mid to late 20s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I'll go into the room. I'll bring some kind of coffee or whatever we have here, or something, soda or whatever it is. Um, and Mr. Erickson, is it?
Uh, uh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Um, um, uh, so concerning your statement, we're gonna do some investigating. I just want to ask you some questions before we leave. And um, name's Jerry Gallo. Sorry, I'm an investigator here at the Magnus Institute. I noticed you didn't mention any of your neighbors in the conversation we had with the microphone.
oh, I never actually met any neighbors. Um, and he gets this like far away look on his face for a moment. No, no, I did meet one. On the day we moved in, I forgot about him. He was a kind of normal looking guy, very average. He brought a housewarming present. Weird that I forgot about it. Said,
What did he bring you? Sorry.
uh, you know, I don't think I ever opened it. We were still moving in, but I was bringing some boxes in. He put it on top of one, and I must have brought it inside. Must have gotten lost in the shuffle of the move. So weird that I didn't even think about it until now. I guess the room drove it from my mind.
Hmm. Do you remember the uh, approximate size and shape of the box? Something like a ring box or a shoe box?
No, it was. At a glance, I thought it looked like a book,
Okay.
like a big hardcover textbook or something.
Old?
It was wrapped, just going
Oh,
by the
okay.
shape.
You didn't. Gotcha. Hmm. Was there weight to it when he set it on top of the boxes you were carrying?
Uh, a little. Wasn't
Okay,
bookish weight, I think.
that makes sense. Hmm. And n- you have no idea where that book is now, or the what we believe is a book
Uh, no, maybe Kira found it. I'm not sure.
anyway. Hmm.
And you asked for his description. Uh, he was average height, average build, average hair, uh, very
Just the kind of guy you would forget.
average.
I was thinking you were going to say that, sir. Hmm.
You can tell that he's disturbed by his own words. Like, he finds what he's saying unsettling.
Wow. Did you did your wife say anything about this room? Have you heard any sounds coming from it, or is it just?
No, it was just there. We tried to avoid talking about it after the initial discovery.
And you still work for Revelation?
Uh, yes, I called out sick today.
And when was the last time you were in that room, or the
Last
door?
night we escaped from.
Oh, it was last. Oh, damn. Okay, I missed that part. Wow. And you've never seen any other neighbors besides this man who showed up and gave you this book or this housewarming gift.
Yeah, I mean I've seen cars on the street, but never met anyone. They said that the locations of houses that were sold were determined by lottery to avoid favoritism, apparently.
Hmm.
So we wound up in the middle of nowhere, or surrounded by houses, but all empty.
Hmm. And no other cold spots or strange phenomenon. Just a fucking. Obviously a very strange phenomenon, but just the door.
No, nothing besides the door and the neighbor, I guess.
Hmm. Well, at this point, I probably don't have any other questions.
If you want to talk to Kira about the book, I can take you to my sister-in-law's place.
Oh, that would be excellent. Pretty sure one of
Okay.
my colleagues would love to take a ride with us.
Does anyone go with him?
I'll go with him.
Okay.
Yeah, would this take up time of doing other things, or?
Yes. If you want to do research through the archives or online, uh, you'd have to choose.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be doing the online research.
Okay. Let's put a pause on while they're traveling to the sister-in-law's place. Uh, Oni, what do you want to do? What do you want to search for?
Um, just about the property, like Cause I want to know like if there's been any like murders or anything like deaths, like any kind of like criminal area, and then just about what the company that he's working at is making these buildings.
Okay, that'll be an intellect roll. Uh, researching skills or online skills will apply, and I believe you have something that eases all checks
Yes,
involving computers.
yeah, I have online research. All research tasks are eased if you have access to the internet.
Great. You have research as a
Yes,
skill. Right, so that
yeah,
eases by 2. Uh, go ahead and roll, unless you're using effort. Also, you've been told that you're going to get a night's sleep before you actually go into the house because you're not leaving till morning. So feel free to spend points recklessly.
yeah. I'm gonna spend that one research point on there. Do I
But if
have
you're using effort, it's 3 points less your
oh,
edge.
3 points plus my edge?
So 2, I believe.
Yeah, so I'll spend 2 points. And I just rolled a d20.
Yep.
12.
12, more than enough. Very good. Um, well, Revelation is a huge corporation. They started out as Revelation Networks, a internet service provider, expanded into cell phones, then just expanded into everything else. Uh, grocery stores, uh, all forms of technology. They've got a subsidiary in just about every industry you can name. Uh, it was founded by let me see here. Javier Montes, uh, born in Spain. He came to the US for college, double majored in business and engineering. Uh, started Revelation about 25 years ago and has become one of the richest men in the world as of today. Uh, there's no like crime history for the neighborhood because it's just being built right now in the middle of nowhere. Uh,
I'm just looking if there like been any like bodies that were found off of there, or just anyone. Kind of like how like murders like just bury bodies into the forest and they're found by accident by just random people that are hiking or just adventuring.
if you're looking into the history of the land itself, how far back do you think you would go?
At least to the around the 90s.
You don't really find anything that catches your eye. Uh, it's mostly just an empty area, woodland, undeveloped. So nothing really to find there. Let's go to Grim. What are you doing while they're engaged in their research?
While my friend here is researching uh, new revelations, um, I was going to try and do some research and see if would is this possible to try and find out like if anyone's filing for taxes out of Apple Tree Lane?
Well, he's been there a little over a month, so I don't think he would show up on any tax records yet.
I say, yeah, he only moved in 5 weeks ago, so I remember, and the bank he used probably was connected to the freaking Revelations anyway.
You could probably find out, confirm that. Find out what kind of subsidiaries they have.
Okay.
Right. I believe you have research as a skill.
Yes, I do. And I'll spend the 3 points because I don't have edge in it to drop it down by 1.
Great. Give me a d20.
15.
Great job. Yes, it is owned by Revelation, the bank. You also have. It's not hard to get a list of the publicly known. It's possible that they have other subsidiaries, shell companies. There's all sorts of corporate bullshit that they can do to hide stuff. But you're able to pull up a list of all the publicly known subsidiaries. So you'll have that as a reference if you need it.
Okay.
Wish Iris was here. He has a really cool ability for this. Let's go back to Grumpy and Jet. You've arrived at the sister-in-law's home.
Yeah, let's go, Kage. And I'll knock on the door.
Well, you're with the.
Oh, that's right. We're with what's his name, aren't we? Never mind.
He'll let you
Oh,
in and
that's right. I keep
introduce you
forgetting.
to his wife and the sister-in-law, Leslie. She seems out of it, kind of almost
Okay.
catatonic.
Oh.
But Kira is more than willing to help you.
Well, good evening. I think it's evening. Yes. My name's Jerry Gallo. That's my associate, Kage. We're from the Magnus Institute.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Yes. So, eh, very interesting story from your husband about a door in the house. My question for you, he said he was given a housewarming gift upon arrival um, by one of the only neighbors he says he spoke with. Says the shape of the book, maybe hardcover. Do you know anything about it?
I was upstairs when he arrived, but I saw the man through the window. He was so so strange looking. I didn't hear what they were saying, but I saw him get the package. I never saw it after that, though.
You say strange looking.
Yes, he
What,
was.
what,
He looked like a clothing store mannequin brought to life. He had this grin on his face that it, it looked predatory, not friendly. And you see, Connor is confused by her reaction being completely different from his.
your husband described him as average. Um, predatory, you say. Almost. interesting.
Well, I mean, I guess he was average looking, but like to an abnormal degree. I think that's what made him seem so strange.
Hmm.
I
Man,
thought you forgot about me.
While they're having their conversation, I'm just gonna kind of casually observe the room, but to give you an idea of what I'm trying to do is, sometimes you see things in the corner of your eye that aren't really there. I think people from the institute would be looking for that more readily than the average person. So that's what I'm kind of trying to look for, is to see if I see something out of the ordinary by just sweeping the room.
And that would be an intellect roll. Do you have occult
I do
or
not.
something? All right. Then D20 roll. You can use effort if you want.
18.
Oh, an 18. Okay. Uh, you you don't notice anything paranormal. Nothing like what you're describing.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
see three people who have gone through an event, but nothing supernatural.
Okay, that makes sense.
this is gonna seem odd, but can you give me your general feelings or your definite your how you feel about this door or being near it? Does it change? Does it give off a
Well,
I don't even
it
know how
it
to ask.
seemed to be growing as time went on, if that's what you mean.
The door grew. Did it change in any way? Did it
But the inside, it started out
Oh yes.
quite
Oh yes.
small,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then
Um did did this door match the decor and like paintings and hardware of the home?
yes, it did.
Hmm.
Uh, it's kind of like it grew out of the house.
Is there any other features in the house that might have appeared at, maybe a set of stairs going somewhere they shouldn't have, or lights, runners, or something? No?
No, nothing like that.
No windows? Okay.
And there were no windows in anywhere beyond the door
Oh.
that we saw.
Given the
And
given this strange situation, when you were looking for Connor, did any room aside from the furnished one stand out to you as different?
Uh, Most of them were empty. They were different sizes. Nothing. Nothing really beyond that.
how's the boy?
Oh, he's fine. He didn't seem to understand what was really happening.
Hmm, makes sense. Very pliable, the young and did he see anything or say things while he was there that um maybe reacted to something that you didn't?
No, I he was just having fun running through the different rooms.
Okay. And I'm guessing Leslie isn't answering questions.
Uh, she hasn't spoken much since we got out.
Besides being trapped in a room, hallway and rooms that shouldn't exist, was there any other paranormal activity in the hallway?
Well, the door seemed to move around. This is Connor speaking. The door
Yeah.
seemed to move around after I started marking them with my pocket knife. It became clear that uh, it was rearranging itself.
And so the marks had basically no effect, but just a visual reference that you.
That we'd been through the doors.
Yes.
What doors we'd been through, what doors we hadn't.
Crazy. Well, I cannot think of any other questions to ask, so I will. I guess we did. I'm guessing we followed him here, and unless he's, I don't think he drove us here. I think it would make more sense that we followed him,
It's New York City. You probably took the subway.
or subway or whatever. That's probably the way we did it. It is New York. Um, but yeah, I guess I would excuse myself, unless you have something else, Kage.
No, I mainly came to make sure you didn't get mugged on the way home.
I figured you did, but you have a perspective on things that I saw you scanning the room. Wait till we get in that hallway, and then you're really gonna be fucking spooked. No, I didn't actually say that. But okay. Thank you very much, and we appreciate your time. And I'll wait to be escorted out. Like if someone seems to be getting up to do that, and if not, I will take myself and exit.
Yeah, Connor will show you the door. Uh, Grim and Oni, do you guys want to do another round of research? Do you have anything else you want to look into?
Uh,
You guys can exchange information with each other like if Grumpy, you have something that you want Oni to research or something like that.
I would have texted others about just a little TLDR about like the company that I got off of, and not I wouldn't really give them like the backstory for the owner that I got, but just the the CEO of the New Elevation. New
So and I would be like, so what is the are there old things that lived on this land, or is this like just are there stories from the ancient peoples of Americas?
I was honestly trying to think of that out of character too. I was like, was there anything like Indians living in New York?
Yeah, they sold Manhattan for beads, supposedly, or
No,
whatever.
I don't know why. I just thought, man, they probably mostly lived in the central. I don't know why, but I would look over if there was any like previous residents of like natives.
Okay, give me another research roll.
I'll do another 2 points. God damn, 12 again.
You have to go ways back to the 1500s. You found that one of the earliest settlements in New York was located in that same area. However, it was lost after a hard winter. Apparently, the settlers resorted to cannibalism, and the settlement died out. Interestingly, all of the settlers were accounted for. They were all buried in the cemetery, which means there was someone there to bury them after they had been eaten.
Hang on, all the residents were accounted for?
Yes.
Oh, who the fuck was eating them? Bury the last guy. While we're driving, I'm like, I bet you when he does that research, Kage, there's going to be cannibalism involved. Somebody's going to have eaten somebody. And then when the whole burial thing comes, he's like, I'm going to be like, I did not see that one coming, Kage. Did not see that one coming. You need to call me Ted. People call you Ted. What the hell's up with that?
I have no idea. It's not
Am I
even my
wrong?
name.
I know. Am I wrong? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I've heard some be. It's just impolite. I felt.
It is. It
Um,
absolutely
I,
is.
I don't understand why you didn't hit that security guard. I've seen you correct him 3 times already, and I realize you just take it as Ted now. It's like people just, and I think that dick just kind of keeps spreading that somehow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And some guy called me Randy for a while, and then got upset when someone corrected him. Really weird.
Grim, do you have anything you want to research?
Yeah, I want to research what police station, or is there a local like sheriff or a town police station that resides over the area where the house was.
Okay, give me a research roll.
So I spent 3 before, and I'll spend another 3, and that brings me down to 2.
Okay.
I didn't know if that does that make any difference that I only have 2
Nope.
left, or there is no police at all.
Well, actually, you lowered it by 2 because of the effort. 1 by the effort and 1 by your skill. So yeah, that actually passes because you lowered it to a 1 difficulty. There is no actual police force. There is a private security firm that is currently handling it. Except it's not actually private security. It's not a subsidiary of Revelation.
Roger.
It is a private military contractor. Mercenaries, soldiers of fortune. All former spec ops.
Seems like overkill for a
Right.
factory.
So don't piss them off. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I will make sure the group knows this. They got shit there they don't want found out.
You may draw any conclusion that you wish.
I think, I think the house was built on top of one of their, meth lines, and it popped a hole.
It's possible.
But for that one area?
All right.
No. So so you're saying that they have a paramilitary organization as their police force? Okay, that
No.
just
No,
seems.
not a paramilitary. Mercenary special ops.
Yeah, that's paramilitary.
Well, I
They're
think
not. They're not.
paramilitary could be like any Joe Schmo that was in the military that then
Yeah, I
left and
understand
then.
that. Yeah.
But these guys are not the Joes of the schmoes.
Yeah, these guys aren't retired. This sounds like Oni. How many government contracts does is Revelation into, or can you figure that out, or do you know something? Can you? I'm
Like
not
it
Oni.
would.
I'm sorry. What's your? I'm sorry. I said that.
Patrick.
Patrick. Hey, Patrick. My bad. Patrick. Um. Uh,
Uh,
could you look into see if they have, like, are they big into, do we know if they're into big into government contracts?
I know that they expanded in a lot of areas. They are basically in a lot of places. They're in a lot of stores, tech place. They're almost everywhere from what I looked through them. But I could specifically look if they're into military.
Uh, since
Out of the
you're
shell companies, how many of them were military?
this particular company is owned by a different corporation. I don't think I ever came up with a name for it, but it's separate.
The military people?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's owned
Yeah.
The
No,
firm is not owned by them.
yeah, I figured that. I was just wondering what kind of military contracts that actually, like, are they big into military contracts? Is what I was wondering if, like, there's a.
they do not have like a weapons company.
Okay. They don't.
Based on Patrick's previous research, uh, it's impossible to know how many government contracts that they have. They must have many because there are just so many subsidiaries. It's a huge web. Um,
They work with almost everybody, so it's hard to like find out like which specific person or what
Yeah.
kind of military they would be working with.
No. That makes sense. Hmm.
So here's where the conspiracy theory goes down the hole, is because if they have this many public subsidiaries, right? They're not going to have their public ones be the ones that, are the ones that are most dangerous. Those are going to be the ones you don't know. So like maybe if we backward engineer, we can find out which ones. Well, that's probably going down a different hole altogether. So
It would be very tough to like try to get info off the web just to find out about that. It would probably be better going to like the corporations, like the they're kind of like high tech areas, so like sneaking in and trying to get info from there. But that's one in a million chance for us to even do that. So it's better for us just to see
just
find
go
out
to the
more
house.
about going to the house tomorrow. I will have I will have like a camera and microphone like sealed up, like concealed. So if anything, at least I could be we could be recording and I'll be recording and like having audio when we go in.
All right, but isn't your recording and audio the same thing as the one that went jumble in here? So does that mean you gotta have a big ass tape recorder stuck to your chest?
Uh, who knows? It might it might act up. Hopefully not, but we'll be seeing we'll be seeing what happens with that then tomorrow. Maybe at a certain
Okay.
point, once we get closer to the room, we could find out how much aura is like radiating. Yeah, how much of it like starts getting effect. Like when you start getting closer to a door, how much effect starts happening.
Okay.
I think that's enough. I think that would have taken up most of the afternoon and evening. So if everyone's ready, I think we can go on to the next day unless someone has something they really want to do.
I am good to go.
So
Good to
we
go.
can roll 4d6 plus 4 and get that many points back.
Yep.
I get all mine back.
What was it? 46.
Because for the recovery rolls, you get a d6 plus your tier, and because we took the 10-hour thing, we get all 4 of the recoveries.
Right. The next morning comes. You'll show up at work extra early. The van is ready for you guys to go. It's one of those big, like almost an RV, some between an RV and a regular van. So it's got a ton of equipment inside, like first aid kit, rope, basic tools, things like that. And who's going to be driving up to 4-hour drive?
As we're loading, if we're loading up stuff, I'm gonna try and get some analog stuff.
Tape recorder?
Yeah, tape recorder, like old school stuff, because like the new school stuff that Patrick likes, doesn't really it doesn't work right.
It doesn't, man. It doesn't agree with this these
I'm trying to find some of the
phenomenons.
old school, so I'm gonna bring in like these big ass things that's gonna piss him off. But I'm bringing
Actually,
it.
you find the institute has that kind of equipment readily available.
Why are you bringing that? I know mine might not be good, but you're gonna be carrying this big ass thing to record.
Checking the cameras and shit, making sure
Hey, I
we have
mean,
a couple of
I,
lenses and all that.
I know you are very good with electronics and you are very good with this new technology, but this baby right here, is more my style.
We're the same age.
Just goes to show that you can be as young as you like, but be as old as you feel.
Well, I always did say I was born in the wrong year.
So did everybody else. Every time.
I can drive if no one else wants to drive.
I'm fine with that. I know since this is a special ability that you get to choose when to use, uh, Greg.
I
Um,
remember. I keep it
okay,
in mind.
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't know if I had to activate it, but yeah, yeah, that's it. For I'm good for you to drive. I don't really like driving.
Yeah, I figured
Dude, you don't look
the
like
other
you'd
guys
like to
could
be
do stuff.
outside. What are you talking about?
He doesn't. That's why he likes the van.
I know, look how pale he. Man, you need to get some sun. Vitamin D is important. It's how you absorb the other vitamins in your life.
That's all. I have counter arguments here. Yeah, I'm sending you the
Yeah, he
article
drinks
that
a
I
lot of
read.
milk.
You're sending me like an article.
I am sending you an article here.
When would have you ever
You
seen
just
me
get
even
like
go in a
two
pocket?
articles pop up.
You've probably
Wait,
never seen him on his phone ever.
then how did you contact us when you were at her house?
Oh, I have an earpiece in, but you've never seen him with a phone.
Touche.
I'll email you. I'll send it to your email.
A what? You're gonna mail me a letter? Just hand it. Just tell me right now. What just
No, that's too much work. You'll get an email later. The email contact like I have a resource. They'll have my proof. They also say vitamin D is bad for you, so there's also that.
All right, everyone got everything?
Good to go.
Well, it's an easy drive upstate. You're on the highway most of the way. You eventually get to the exit, and you can see a lone skyscraper in the distance, the new Revelation headquarters. You eventually come to Main Street. It's a commercial street that it has empty stores on both sides, mostly empty. Uh, you see, grocery stores and Walmart kind of place. You notice that every business that is currently in operation is a subsidiary of Revelation. As you're going down Main
And there's
Street,
people in those businesses?
a few. It looks like only like the most basic infrastructure, like things that you absolutely need, are in place. They can't be making a profit with the number of people here, but they're likely being kept afloat by Revelation itself.
I forgot.
Up ahead,
Sorry.
go ahead.
I forgot. Are these houses like gated? Like, is it a gated community or is it like an employee?
It's not a gated community. It's a pretty standard suburb kind of place.
Yeah, that would have been key to ask last night. Geez, thanks for asking right before we get to the gate.
He would have told you when he gave the directions. You would notice as you're driving, the streets north to south are all numbers except for Main Street, and then east to west are trees. There's maple, oak, birch, sort of thing. Up ahead, you see a roundabout in some sort of, it's like a central square kind of thing. And Oni, at this time, you get a strange feeling from the roundabout. Not danger exactly, more like a threshold, a point of no return.
Uh, as we're getting closer, Oni's gonna be like, stop, real quick. Uh, I, I, I want to, I want to make sure with y'all. Y'all are good to go, right? Cause as soon as we get closer, I feel like we're not gonna be able to leave. I feel like
What
we're
do you
gonna want to stay there.
what do you mean by won't be? You
Um,
have to define that like in some terms.
I know
Unless
4 other people that left.
For us, I don't feel like we're gonna want that. Then something's not gonna want us to leave.
so we should go back
Like
to the
we're gonna get a
military
job?
store.
No, not the military. So, I
But
just
that's
feel
where you
like
get a
once we,
minigun.
huh? I don't, when you, I, I've looked up online, and those are illegal to sell right now.
What do you mean? You put it in your purse.
Yeah. Weren't you in the military?
Which one of you guys carry a purse? Okay, let's keep going then. We know we can carry a minigun. Well, why are we even discussing it?
I'm just letting y'all know. This is once we keep going, there's no point in returning. So if everyone's good,
There's just this whole conversation just changed completely with there is no point in returning, which means this is going to be an awesome place to be.
All right. So, Ted, did you want to go to a gun store before we continue?
Don't we
Well,
have guns?
I wanted to get either a flamethrower or a minigun so that we could just burn the house down, but I don't think they'll allow me to do that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not
you
sure
should.
that's the
Also, New
option.
York State has sensible gun control laws.
Sensible.
Did we pack a flamethrower?
I would like
We
to
have-
remind you I am a ninja. You don't think I don't have black market connections?
We have camping gear.
But a flamethrower is not on the list of things I can buy, so
And we have piping and plumbing equipment.
I have pepper spray on me.
we're probably good.
All right. I'm going to go around the roundabout a couple times. Are we good now?
You go through the roundabout, you start seeing streets branching off: maple, oak, spruce, pear tree, cherry tree, birch.
Did you
Frickin' officer on this fucking roundabout.
did you cringe when he said branching off jet and then started naming trees as the street?
I did.
You've actually noticed, yes, there are too many streets. You saw a four-way crossing, but you're seeing more than 4 streets coming off this roundabout.
I'm going to keep driving until I find Apple. On the roundabout.
You keep going, and you keep going.
There's more? Or are they the same?
They're changing, but some of them are also repeating. Not in the same order.
Oh, you had my question.
Everyone give me an intellect defense roll, because this is unnatural.
No.
Why
This is
this?
it's like all we're doing is spinning the wheel in behind us and it's making
All right.
connections with different
So
roads.
this is a D20.
Okay.
Can we effort any of this?
You can.
And
just
what
so you
does
know,
this
I'm
go off of?
There's an intellect defense skill.
so it's intellect.
Yeah.
And just so you know, I have an inability in this particular role.
Really?
Yeah, one of my it's either the focus
So-
or the protector that makes it so where I don't get good at this.
Gotcha. Okay, well I have
I think it's a focus because I don't have an inability to this.
Yeah, that's probably the fight sturdy. Or maybe it's the scripter. One of those. Something's giving me the inability to it. I do remember that.
All right, Jerry, you're good. Everyone else takes 1 point of stress.
I'm a smart guy.
Does it matter which stress? Like, is it stress or stress levels?
I don't
It's
know
stress,
that.
not every 3 stress is a stress level, I believe. So you just get 1 stress, which has no impact on you yet.
Is this from shock?
I told y'all.
Yes.
I ignore the first 3 points of stress I would get a day from shock.
Then you take no stress from that.
Yeah. I've been writing the names down. I guess I was kind of focusing on like, okay, is there a pattern? Kind of fucking maybe that's why I didn't fucking have much issue.
My initiative just caused me much more stressful. Like, oh fuck, oh fuck.
So you're spinning in the roundabout, and you're not seeing apple tree.
I I take after the stress. I think I take the first road. I don't know. Do I just take the first road?
I try to remember what road we were supposed to turn on if there was one off the roundabout. Because I'm pretty sure we have directions on how to get to his house.
Yeah, he said to take Main Street to Apple Tree.
So I try to just look for Maine, see if we can go to and yeah, okay. So yeah, whatever road I.
I'm only seeing tree apples, and I'm only
see that.
seeing trees. No Main Street anymore.
Yeah, just turn off on a road, and then we'll see where we get from.
All right, you turn off on Spruce.
Perfect.
He would have mentioned. He did say his house was off 12th Street, and following the road, you pass 2nd Street, 3rd, 4th, and you do eventually find 12th.
Where's Spruce? I take a left onto 12th Street.
You start driving
want me to go
down.
right?
What famous billionaire had a plane made of spruce?
Are the branches alphabetically?
And they didn't appear to be.
Go 1 through 12. Right.
You're driving down 12th, and soon you start seeing the same thing you saw in the roundabout. Streets repeating themselves in different orders.
What is the order? Then it repeats. What?
Random. It doesn't repeat.
Okay, there's no pattern to it.
Yeah.
I think I know why our client went insane.
Well, I think the roundabout is where the meth starts. Because, man, I am fucked up.
Currently, all you see around you are basically identical houses. Some are larger, some are smaller. But same design, same lawns. You don't see any cars in driveways or gardens or.
This is a strange place. Are we sure it's not the whole development that's haunted?
Nope.
Duly noted.
Oh, it's haunted? Good. We're not the Ghostbusters, so I'm going to turn around.
Is there any way I could use occultism or?
To try and figure out what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a roll. Intellect.
Edge makes it into 2 points, right? Or
Yeah.
5.
This is beyond your purview. You don't have enough experience dealing with the occult to truly work this out.
I can't really figure anything out right now. This is so annoying.
Strange.
Does anyone have the navigation skill? Don't think so.
I'll try
Yeah,
navigating.
Yeah, you can try that without the skill. It just doesn't use it.
What is this? Might, speed, intellect?
Intellect, unless you can think of a reasonable reason you can use might or speed.
I can think of a reason why I want to use might in a second, but I think I'm going to use 3 out of my pool to drop it down on these and see if I can navigate us. Am I trying to navigate us out or to apple tree? I'm guessing apple tree then.
If you want to continue with the story, yes.
If getting lost in the suburbs is part of the story, then yes, we continue.
5. You're looking to orient yourself. Orient coming from an ancient word for east, which means to look for the sun. You can't find the sun. It's a clear blue sky, no clouds, no birds, and no sun.
All right. Is there clear blue fucking New Horizons skyscraper?
You can't see it from here.
I take a left off the first street.
Is turning at random?
Yep.
Seems to be more of the same.
Do I get to numbers? Or am I still in trees?
The number, yes, you're passing numbers, and they actually seem to be in order.
And we know he's off 12th Street.
Yes.
And we got onto 12th Street and we couldn't find Apple.
Once we got on 12th Street, we couldn't find Apple. So I'm gonna
Maybe
go.
turn the wrong way.
I'm gonna go down 1 to 11th Street, take a left. Wait, I know I took a left to get here. So I'm gonna take a right on whatever number I'm on to go 1 down, and then yeah, I'm gonna take a right and see what the streets are.
Okay. As you're passing them, they are not in the same order that you've passed them on your way up.
I'm gonna take the 3rd branch on the right and see if I can get to numbers again.
Yeah, you're back to passing numbers.
And when I get to 12th Street, I'm gonna take a right onto 12th Street this time because I took a left and that fucking got me lost. Am I able to roll some sort of navigation this way too, or no?
I'll let you roll again.
I've only got 2 points on my thing, so I'm not gonna ease it.
Well, someone else could navigate. You're just operating the car.
No. Since he did tell me direction, do I just spend my points and he rolls, or how does?
You would roll.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I'll spend 2 points again. That's something else.
All right. A natural 1 means a GM intrusion that makes your current situation worse.
Ow! Do we actually find Apple Tree?
Oni's giving you directions, Grim.
Yeah.
And he's not making sense. He's going, no, go left, no, and just giving you babbling directions. Eventually, you snap and just turn where there's no street. You're driving through someone's lawn. Plow
I'll
through
find fucking apple tree.
you plow through a hedge and come out on the opposite side into a construction area where it looks like they're building more houses.
I told you another left, not the left now.
Launch
You
your
didn't
drone.
say that then.
Don't you have your drone? Can you fly that thing and see where we're at?
Well, it looks like it rained here recently. Your van is now stuck in the mud at the construction site.
Look at that. Now you gotta take all the tech out.
No, let's just go find some boards.
Perception. You're getting out of the van,
Yeah.
I assume. Perception with intellect, or intellect with a perception skill if you have it, or
That's just
investigation. I'll allow that.
both are just straight for me. I have very little skills, sadly.
You could
And
sneak
right
up
now-
on the boards.
And I could also lockpick my way through the boards too, but the problem is I don't think they're locked. Ah, come on.
Hey Zeke, I think this van has a winch on it, or this RV has a winch on it.
Anyone else looking around?
Is there a winch on the RV?
No.
We're at a construction site.
I'm gonna
Do
get
I
out and climb
see-
up on top of the RV and then look around.
Grumpy, are you rolling a perception or?
Well, yeah, sorry. I'm actually not even good. I'm pretty good at persuasion. Let me roll my d20.
Eight. Eight's good enough for this. You immediately spot a pile of boards just past you. You also notice there is a backhoe that has on the bottom of its bucket, it has this like metal loop. If you could potentially use that if you could operate it to tow the van out of the mud.
That's what we need.
I'll point out all our options.
Hey Ted, can you run that thing?
I can try. I'll go over and see if the door to get in is even unlocked.
It's unlocked.
Is the key to turn it on in here?
Oddly enough, yes.
I will attempt to start it and see if it had enough oil or mixed engine, whatever the stuff I put in these types of things to get them running.
As you guys are walking through the mud, it is very thick and sticky. And if you're standing still outside the van, you notice you are very slowly sinking. And the van is very slowly sinking.
Oh, just the van's sinking.
The Patrick's just in the van, just waiting, just looking outside the windows, like, are we kind of lowering? Isn't the van getting kind of lower? Like, did you flat a wheel? Like,
Oh, I forgot to mention when you arrived here, the sun is back. So whatever was isolating you, you seem to have broken free of that.
hey, Div.
I told you we
This
took the right
time.
left.
No, I
Right?
gave the right. I was giving the right directions. You just, yeah, I don't know what you did.
I found the sun.
Anyone
We
have
also got our
rope?
car stuck.
You can find some sort of chain or
All
rope
right.
here.
Let's get this started and see if we can't pull the van out.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
I
Here
guess
for
the
y'all.
suit guy isn't going to do it, so I get out in the mud and chain up the van.
We'll do one roll for the whole process, and just because it's construction work, I'll let you use might.
I am slightly better at that. It's 3 points to ease it.
Minus your edge, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I think you're short a stat point based
Am
on
I?
the sheet you were sent me.
Yeah. Let me just double check that real quick then.
Because you got
'Cause-
4 from your description and 6 from that you can spend anywhere.
Yeah. Protector was 10, 10, 8. So 5, 7. No, so 3. No, actually, yeah, you're right. I am one short. I'll go ahead and put that in mic then. That's a good place for it. All right. So yeah, I'll spend 3 to ease it.
Do you have edge in might?
I do.
It drops it down to 2 then.
Yeah, I was say,
Not that it matters.
what'd you do?
A 1.
Why you guys gotta keep giving him stuff?
Don't you guys know Roll20 universally hates me?
That's
Kidding.
why his last character on Roll20 was like, I don't roll dice.
Yep.
I'm going to say that the your inexperienced manipulation of the backhoe has blown something and it ceases to operate.
That's it.
There are
You
those
guys.
boards you found, though.
That's it. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm walking.
Do you actually leave the construction site?
No, I will help them.
Go grab the boards. Hurry up. Oh, it's so sticky.
Yeah, I'll assist in creating tracks for our RV.
I think forcing boards under the car would probably be another might. Who wants to make the roll?
I'll do it. I'm going to spend 2 because I have edge.
Do you have anything like athletics or research, persuasion, intimidation? No.
Motherfucking board, you better get under there.
Ugh.
Unfortunately, no.
But we're
Ooh.
men. We understand the whole concept of getting stuck in mud is
if-
the hard surface.
I need to help force them in. I am good at kicking,
Okay.
if that helps.
Keep it in mind.
Oh yeah, and I have my shoes around my neck with my socks and everything, like tied very securely. But if I'm out here helping and my pants are rolled up, I'm like basically barefoot in this mud, like trying to just not get my shoes and my pants and shit dirty.
Uh,
Patrick, get out! The van's sinking.
We think you're going to die. Get out alive, get out alive, get out alive.
What about
You
your
know,
laptop? You can't leave all the recording tech in here. You're talking about bringing them. Look at this.
we'll just start stuffing stuff in the packs and we can take what we can. What are you doing
I
in
brought a
there?
backpack.
What are you talking about? There's 4 of them in there. I always put 4 of them in there. Anytime we go out together, I always put 4 of those packs in there. They're right there on the left, right on the left, on the bottom, right there. I always put 4
Oh,
of them
the
in here
left.
for us.
No,
Always.
I got.
Patrick.
I'm gonna take my. I'm bringing my laptop, my phone out, but I'm not. You could. That's all. That's too heavy
I
for me.
didn't ask you to bring the just pack stuff up so we can carry. Just grab my pack. It's got my name on it. It's already loaded up anyway. And grab some string. That big roll of fucking 550 cord I have in there.
Guess.
I love
She's
you.
just mumbling as he's like putting it in there.
And this is really muddy out here, and it feels so good between the toes. And I come grab my pack, which, is just basic bullshit in it.
All right, so we're just gonna leave the car. I think the organization's gonna be very mad.
We'll call a tow truck later.
I think the tow truck won't even know how to get in here.
as
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
leaving, as you're leaving the, actually, before that, Grumpy, you're walking around with no shoes on.
Until we get out of the mud, yeah. Oh, what's gonna happen?
I'm using a GM intrusion here,
Okay.
so you gain an experience point. Oh, sorry. Everyone started with 2 experience points. I should have said that. Which can be used to re-roll a die if you spend an XP.
Cool. We have them for future reference now.
But I'm still using a GM intrusion on Grumpy, so you get 1 XP for yourself, and you can award 1 XP to another player.
Kage.
Thank you, sir.
Right?
No, give it to Ted.
Hey, I'll just give this knowing look to Jerry or is that right? Yeah, I'll just give it.
Gala.
I'll just give this knowing look to Jerry as he says the name Ted. It's just that look of see, this is what I have to deal with.
Yeah, that's all right. Imagine some assholes walking around trying to call you Chadwell, like who the fuck's Chadwell?
That is a good question.
They did that to me at this other place I used to work at.
As you're walking through the mud in your bare feet, your feet sink somewhat into the mud. You feel a hand brush against your foot. Give me a speed or might defense.
Okay, so it's probably gonna be speed. Yeah, speed. Yeah, that's gonna freak me out. That's gonna effort me. So I'm gonna spend an effort. 3. Oh, no, actually 2. I have an edge. As I freak the fuck out. Oh, bam!
Now we get a 20.
And you get a major benefit from that. As you're leaving you quickly yank your foot out of the mud and hurry to the edge of the construction site, where you find a flatbed truck with a winch that you didn't roll high enough to spot the first time.
Well, wouldn't you know it? And I'm not going back that way. Nope, 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 nope.
It's all right.
I grab the.
If someone will operate it, I'll take the winch back.
Something touched me, dude. Something touched me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, something touched me. I know you're looking at me like, yeah, right the fuck. I'm telling you, something grabbed me. Yeah, he probably did that thing where like you freak out and you're like high stepping, like, but he wasn't screaming. He's like, motherfucker, like picking up his feet and shit. Just you could tell something touched him.
Let's teach you right for going without your shoes. I'll operate. Unless somebody else wants to operate the winch, I'll operate it.
That's perfect fine with me.
This is part of the major benefit, so I'm just going to say you guys can get the van out.
All right.
Awesome.
Start following the sunlight.
This
Ooh,
is why you're not the
actually,
navigator.
what do you mean? Look at that. I helped discover the sun. Like I told you, it was east, but you just kept sticking west.
All right, Galileo, let's get out of here.
The whatever you've done, the streets seem to be obeying logic again, and you are able to find Apple Tree and eventually the house, the only one that has a car in its driveway.
They never left.
The sister-in-law's car.
That's fair.
Did he give us a key to get into the house?
Yes, he would have. But I'm not sure he locked the door either.
They left a car. They probably weren't too worried.
Oh, I
And
know.
have
This
we?
is just one of those moments where Ted's like looking at the door and just trying to recall whether he saw a key being given to somebody.
Yeah.
And have we seen no cars?
No, this is the only one I've seen besides ours, and that conveniently placed flatbed.
Okay, step outside and listen for nature. Are there birds chirping and stuff? It's something I would expect in this area at this time of year in New York.
Everything seems normal right now.
Is there a skyscraper?
You can't really see it at this distance.
I go to the garage. Is there a garage?
Yes.
I'm trying to find a goddamn hose to wash off.
Yeah, I guess they would have that.
So that's what I'm doing.
You're kind of wasting our water.
I just spray
I keep
Patrick.
I put my feet out.
You don't want
Yeah,
your get your feet grabbed.
I'll go test the front door.
It's unlocked.
Oh, forgot to tell you. I think I did tell you. Yeah, there was a town here before a settlement here, and they got wiped out because of cannibalism. So,
That's the part that you're confused about?
Well, you could just eat
I'm
me,
not confused
okay?
about
Just eat
I'm
me,
just,
Patrick.
what? No, I'm just saying. Like, that's what happened to that settlement that was like on this land right here, like where we're at.
The only thing that I'm confused about is the last part of your sentence of about the settlement.
That they all died by cannibalism.
Yeah, and they were all accounted for.
Oh,
That's
well.
the fucked up part. That's what
Right?
the fact that somebody ate somebody means nothing to me because we're technically animals and animals have been known to eat their own species throughout whatever.
The only thing I can
Um,
think of is the last two motherfuckers left alive were eating each other as they're in the grave.
but who? No, 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 no. How did who was the last person to be buried though? That guy had to die. He couldn't have buried himself.
What if they were Wendigos? Or one of them was a Wendigo?
Then he wouldn't have been buried.
Look at the Wendigo.
A Wendigo is a spirit who's a person who's starved so bad that
No, no,
he.
no, no. We're not the Ghostbusters. We're just
Nobody
here for
said ghost.
paranormal experiences.
Wendigo, not ghost. No, nobody's. You keep mentioning this Ghostbusters thing, and there hasn't been one ghost talked about in this entire conversation.
But that's Lost said we're
As
not Ghostbusters.
I
as
think it'd be
did we,
much more supernatural.
did you open the door? You say? Did somebody go inside?
Yes, while they're
Yeah.
talking, I'm just gonna go open the door and go in because Kage is just fed up with this conversation.
I'm following you, kicking. I'm kicking like the water off my feet and putting my socks on, shoes. Before I go inside, I'm all laced back up, ready to run.
You said you got a camera, right? What kind of camera did
Yes.
you bring?
Oh, I have a nice little Nikon a D6. They got a nice D6, dude. It's really good. I think they got it at the pawn shop and everything though, but it's really quality. It was checked over and everything. I got a nifty 50 and a 7220. So they're really good. And then I got that big super zoom, but that's still in the fucking van. I don't think I need that. But I got this the 7220 and the nifty 50, and then I think it's got that stupid 5518 one that comes with the camera that nobody ever fucking uses. So
When we get in, let's set that up, and I could connect it to my laptop.
oh, and then I have that Canon, I mean that Nikon film camera too. So I'll take pictures with that also. They use the same lenses, so it's kind of cool. Might as well go that way, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, well, when I do take pictures, like I'll take digital and analog, I guess you would say.
I'm washing the van down. I can't return this thing looking like this, man.
It's not a van, it's an RV, and it's ours, isn't it? The, whatever.
The
The
Institutes.
Institutes.
We're gonna have to drive probably back through that shit. It's like the way to stop stuff from attacking. Maybe that mud's good. Now it's in their water supply. Hmm. But I would like to go inside and look at that door.
You head upstairs. There is an innocuous-looking door in the middle of the hallway.
And like my wife loves to say, like an Asian tourist, I take a picture with your camera.
Looks at you, and then looks at Kage, and then looks back at you.
Kage is conveniently in another room, so he did not hear this being said.
The inside of the house is nice. You can tell that it's been recently moved into. It doesn't have that lived in, settled down look. Uh, the house seems normal. It's just the door where you said you would find it.
Well, I'm actually looking for it since it was so well emphasized by certain people in the group. I'm going to go look for this mysterious package that looks eerily like a book.
Right. That would be investigation, or I'll allow perception. Any other skills that people can use?
I program my way through.
This is just straight intellect for me because I don't have those skills.
I want to
10.
program myself. . 'Wait. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10.
You search the house, with the exception of the room in question.
Yeah.
You don't find the package,
Interesting.
and you've done a pretty thorough job searching. I assume other people are also poking around with you, so you can't find any package.
That is strange.
I'm asking Jerry if I could use his camera to take a picture of the hallway, and then bring it straight into my computer and seeing if I see like any of those ghost orbs or anything. And be like,
Yeah, I would
seeing
have
like
already.
these videos.
Yeah, I would have probably set up a tripod already and had it set up and sitting there ready for use.
You said you're taking pictures with a film camera and a digital.
Yes.
Looking at the picture preview on the digital camera, there is a slight distortion around the door, almost like an aura.
How is it?
Yeah.
You got anything?
I don't have a dark room or a way to develop this film.
Polaroids.
Ooh, yeah, I guess we could have a Polaroid too. Yeah, there we go. I would do, yeah, have a nice little, an old classic Polaroid. I'd definitely have to take a picture of, the first picture is of Patrick, doing whatever foolishness he was doing at the time when I opened that camera. And then I would, yeah, take some pictures of the,
It takes a minute for them to develop. Looks normal.
hmm.
With my kind of mic that I have, I'm gonna have it like connected with my phone, so like I'm gonna anything here. Uh, Hello, do you want us to leave? And then I'm just gonna play back the recording.
Yes.
Get me in the
It
car.
it plays back normally. A real effect.
Weird. This one didn't have any effect like what happened at the base, so that's weird.
Well, they did not express that there was any kind of paranormal activity beyond the door. Like the fact that there's a fucking door. And I've been measuring the hallway, like trying to okay, measure this room, measure that room, like doing what the husband or Connor said he did.
Yeah. There's no space for the door. The guest bedroom and the main bedroom are wall to wall. There's no space for an additional room between them.
Hmm.
He said he was very shaken up, right?
Yeah.
This was me asking. Um,
Yes, he was definitely telling the truth, and he believed. Well, we could see the door here.
yeah, but I haven't been getting any weird feeling. I believe. I guess the pictures don't. We gotta wait till that picture's ready, but of everything,
Hmm. The
nothing.
developer, no, the picture, the Polaroids are already developed, and he said they look normal. Um,
Hmm.
what do you think would happen, Patrick, if we were to drill a hole in the wall from the inside the bedroom out that way to
We'll
where the
probably.
door would where the door would be on your on the hallway side. You don't see the door in, obviously we don't see the door inside the bedroom, right?
No.
Or inside, yeah.
There is another room, maybe the inside of the other area. Maybe maybe there's gonna be an eye looking back at us. Like have you played Silent Hill? Oh, I guess.
Not me.
No, this is all in character. Like he's just
Oh,
asking Jerry. Like you played Silent Hill, Jerry? I guess not. You don't look like a technology type person.
I stole your fucking lunch money, dude. I
No,
didn't play the video games.
no. The dudes would have helped me when people would bully me. So you would have been fighting him. Yeah, but do you have anything that can like drill a little bit hole?
I don't know. I don't remember to bring anything in the van though. I didn't check.
there are basic tools in the van. That would include a drill.
I'm gonna see what happens when you drill a hole through a wall from the bedroom.
Get fried because you didn't look for the electric.
You just gotta tap around. Just get hit the nice
And
soft area.
and I hate you. Yeah, I just put my foot through the wall.
Are you drilling from the bedroom, one bedroom to another, or into this place where the door would be?
So basically, that's what I want to do. I want to drill. Like I'd probably bring in a hammer and like knock away the wall on the inside of the drywall and basically see what's on the other side, and then just try to drill into what would be the door from inside the bedroom.
Hmm. I'm going to ask for a might roll. This isn't to. I want to see if you get in that one, basically.
No problem.
Just roll it.
Oh, I want an intrusion. You can have it. Nope.
Yeah, you're able to break a hole through the wall and into the hallway.
And does it go through? Just shows up through the door, or well, the door's not even affected, is it?
It's next to the door on the outside, but based on your measurements, it should be where the door is.
Like they said, there's a compacting of space. Interesting, interesting, interesting.
You think um Ted? Do you think he could like, do anything? Like he said he's a ninja, right?
Would do what? Open the door?
Well, detect anything that's hidden.
Ooh. You think Kage's that kind of ninja?
At this point, I'll be coming up the stairs because I couldn't find this book.
Do you know, Patrick, that ninjas were technically like spies and not like the artful, decorated, throw your fucking ninja star and knives at people more than they were throw your daggers and stars at people.
Yeah, I also know that they were farmers. No.
I'm not convinced
you-
this book exists, guys. I've been pretty thorough checking downstairs, and I have not seen hide no hair of a package shaped oddly like a book.
It would have been in paper, not hide or hair. But really no. So okay, no package.
Do you
Hmm.
think someone? Because the room's not there, the package not here. You think maybe there was someone that was pranking them that did all this, and then they like got everything and just left? I think this is just like some big one prank.
Or they're part of an experiment. Either way.
Do we know what kind of connection books have in the whole paranormal, supernatural, fucking Magnus archives thing?
You've come across books in old statements.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I've been listening to archives and I know kind of books. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. Mm. I wonder if it was a light in a book. Fucking Jurgen. Fucking light.
Well, how's it faring up here, guys? I see you made a hole in the wall.
Yeah. And I kind of I show you what I did.
Huh. So it exists solely in its own space.
Weird, right?
Yeah, definitely. He's at least not crazy.
Oh no, I yeah, he definitely. Well, I guess you can believe whatever the hell you want and still be fucking crazy. Um, so I don't know if I wanted to do this. I was just gonna say I reach for the door and open the door. Say, we going in? Are we here to go in this fucking door?
That's what what it seems like. Because I'm not seeing anything else in the house that could.
It's one of the rooms that we need to investigate either way. Give me. You have a recorder, right? As soon as you open the door, I'll record everything.
I tie a fucking string onto the fucking balcony or something else outside this door, and I have that thing that divers carry. It just fucking
Scuba tank.
oh yeah, basically just no the string that kind of just deploys. It's like on a spool. You know, kind of hook it to a belt or something, and it just kind of deploys fucking string as you
Yeah,
travel.
those guidelines.
And it's just I have it hooked onto my pack.
I guess you could have picked that up after hearing the nature of the room.
Yeah, you said we had rope, so I figured like some stringers. Yeah, so I told him grab my 550 cord. And definitely have flashlights. Check all my flashlights. Probably at least have 2 of them in the pack, if not fucking more. Uh,
Would I have been done cleaning the car by now?
Oh yeah, totally.
On my way up to them, I'm going through the garage and I'm gonna look for um box labeled books.
Roll investigation. Intellect. No, you don't find anything labeled books.
If I don't find anything in the garage, then I'm gonna try and find my way to those guys.
You meet up with them, no problem. Is someone opening the door?
oh yeah, like I said, I'll do what I was going to say. I'm like, I'll just reach up and as fucking um, as Doof comes up,
Yeah.
I'll just open the door and be like, we going in? And I'll kind of look around the fucking edge of the door and click on one of my torches.
Okay.
I will be in the middle. I'll be around the middle, second to last.
Oh, who's going first? Then I go first if nobody else goes in.
I'll
go
go
ahead.
for. All right, then I'll go
No,
after
you go
him.
first.
All right, fine.
We
I'll
both
go
go in at the
first.
same time.
This door.
I'll go last.
You see me. You see this door? It's not big enough for the both of us. I'll go first. And as he
I mean,
says that,
Gordon-
he pulls his face mask over and pulls his hood up.
All right. Is everyone entering?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. We are now entering horror mode. That means GM intrusions happen on a 1 or a 2.
So
And
pretty
each
much all
time
dice.
I apologize in advance.
an intrusion is rolled, the range grows by 1.
Oh yay!
So that means 3.
Oh, so
And
good
then
thing it doesn't
4,
already start counting.
right? No, it's yeah. So basically, I liked how it said the players know, the characters might not. Yeah, fuck that. What does it look like? What is it? What is it? What's in front of us? What's the horror?
The design of the hall looks basically identical to the hall you were just in, except that there are no windows, no pictures on the wall, just doors every 6 to 10 feet, I would say.
And do these doors and hardware and stuff match the other doors, or is this a whole?
Yeah,
I'm gonna snap a picture with the Polaroid. Let's see what that looks like.
looks the same.
Hmm.
I'll do my little recording. We have now entered your area. Say anything if you want us to leave.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I've been looking forward to having guests. You do not see a source for the voice.
Uh. Well, I I have nothing to really explain that to y'all. 'Cause he
Oh, you
left.
all heard it.
Oh yeah. But like I have no logical way to explain this.
Maybe there's
Yeah,
a
this is some
hidden
kind of.
speaker somewhere.
Yeah, totally. That's what I was thinking. There's definitely some kind of remote speaker or something just kind of sitting somewhere. There's probably got a couple of them. They kind of create like a reamping.
Is there a door behind us that we came in?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna pull a little duct tape, mark on it, exit.
Okay.
Are we checking every door?
I really don't want to do that, but I feel like that's all chat might have to do something like that.
You know, we really should have walked around the outside because none of us knew if this was just like a regular building, because this could be just extended. Anyways, I go to the door on the
Long
left.
hallway?
Roll a d20 for me. This isn't a skill check, it's just a randomness. 14?
Number 14, sir.
You find what at first glance looks like a kitchen, but after a moment it starts to look more like an AI rendering of a kitchen. Like things have just not the right shape.
The refrigerator has 5 fingers. Shut this
You,
door. Mark AI kitchen.
What was in there? What did you see?
well, you can
Uh,
all see through the door.
was a kitchen, but it was just slightly off.
I'll check the
Does
next
the
door
door
on the
have
left.
any number on there? Sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No, I was just asking, did the door have like any number or symbol on there? The one that he opened up?
It says AI kitchen.
Ha!
I will open the next door on the left.
D20 roll.
Oh, that's funny.
5. As you open this door, you feel a burst of cold air coming through it, and a slightly metallic scent. It's dark inside, but the light from the hall, you can just see a few feet in. You see pig carcasses hanging from hooks.
Guys, found the butcher.
Oh, fuck no. Fuck. I'm already out of this house, and why the
Another
hell?
duct tape. Pig butcher.
You feel like
What's...
opening the next one, Jerry?
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay, okay. And he kind of looks like a little unnerved, realizing that he's probably somewhere way outside of this house that he entered just a couple minutes ago. And he opens the door on the right side of the hallway.
D20 roll. This room looks like a waiting room in a doctor's office, but there are no other doors.
I always hated these rooms.
I always had the old magazines. Nothing ever current.
You see magazines on the coffee table, except they're just kind of a blur of colors that gives the impression of magazines.
Talk to waiting room. Alright, I'll open a one on the left side of the wall.
D20 roll.
10.
You find a stone hallway, like ancient architecture of some kind. At the end of the hall, you see a flickering like firelight.
There's kind of a light flickering at the end of the stone hallway. I think it's like those kind of Indiana Jones traps where if you go in, like a boulder will fall and chases you.
I mean, I could go in and find out.
Everything else is a room, but this is a hallway. This is a hallway off of a hallway. It kind of intrigues me.
Yeah, but we should probably not all go in, so maybe just let me go in, and if the door closes behind me, then at least only one of us is trapped.
You hear a clicking sound as I hand you the spool of string. Like, here, take this one with you, just in case.
I'll start making my way down this stone hallway. Cautiously, though.
Alright, give me a speed test using your stealth skill.
Sweet. This is my first time actually rolling skill. What does that mean?
You don't have to do anything.
Okay.
I just factor it into the difficulty.
That's what I thought. I just want to make sure.
7. With your skill, that's enough. So you proceed down the hallway. Shortly after you enter the door, you hear voices. Sounds like arguing, some shouting. You get closer and you find a large ceremonial looking room. There's a pit in the center that is pitch dark, and a trough around the pit that is filled with fire. You see people wearing what you would recognize as very old Japanese garb. Very traditional. They're speaking Japanese, but it is an archaic form that you can barely understand. You hear you see a young man stripped down to a loincloth and is basically begging for mercy. The men around him are all armed, and there is one older gentleman who seems to be speaking for the group. You see the young man has a scar on his calf, as if he recovered from an injury, but walks with a slight limp. As they extend a stone slab over the trough of fire and begin forcing the young man towards the pit. The apparent leader of the group says to the young man, "You can no longer serve our clan. However, we still have a use for you. The darkness hungers, and it shall feed," as they're forcing him towards the pit on the stone slab.
I'm just trying to keep quiet at this point.
After a moment of the boy hesitating at the edge of the slab, one of the guards uses his spear to sweep his injured leg, causing him to lose his balance and fall into the pit. You hear his screams of terror turn to screams of pain. There's a wet, tearing noise, a gurgle, and then silence. Slowly, the people trickle out of the room, and you're left with the black pit surrounded by flames. And they took away the stone slab over the fire.
Going to cautiously make my way back out. Assuming nothing happens to me, I'll come through the door and everyone just sees a look on my face of like, the fuck did I just watch?
You make it out, no problem.
I hand the spool of string back to Jerry.
Did you find the guy behind the speaker?
No, I just watched a young man get sacrificed because he was a hindrance to the clan.
I don't speak
What?
Japanese. Can you say that in English?
And at his comment, I say it again, but in Japanese.
I could have swore you said it in Japanese the first time.
Yeah, and so I'll describe pretty much everything that I saw in that room. And either this place is like a hallway that connects multiple dimensions or multiple points in time, or that the entity we're looking for is at the bottom of that pit. I don't suggest going and looking, though.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. We got an AI kitchen, pig butchering area, a waiting room, and a sacrifice. Clan sacrifice. Ugh. I really don't want to go into the other rooms and find out what's in there. Should we go back to the other rooms and see what's going on in them, or should we just keep pushing forward and open more doors? Or should we just walk, see how far we can go down the hallway?
I think we just keep opening doors until we find rooms that are relevant.
Wasn't the one that you went in relevant? If you said that that's what the thing behind it is.
Right? I think that seems to be relevant.
That is, but I mean, I'm just saying there could be other doors to other points
sense.
that we're supposed to learn something here.
I guess we just keep the pattern going then.
Which means we're all the way back around to
Duve.
Duve.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
made the 20
I
roll.
do we shut this door, right? The stone hallway.
Yeah, did you label it before I came out?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Why don't we open some more doors on the right? We've been opening too many on the left.
Oh,
No, we've been doing right, left, right, left. He did the right, you did the left, I did the right, he did the... Yeah, we're doing back and forth, actually.
I opened the stone hallway door.
Oh, did you?
Oh, then it would be my turn. Sorry.
No,
Then
no, no.
I'll-
I'm opening the stone hallway door.
Oh.
Okay, you see a stone hallway.
Okay. Never mind. All right, I'll go to the next door.
No, that's fair, because he did say that it seemed like this place shuffled, so how do we know that the door's going to stay the same every time? That's it. That was a good catch. Good catch.
But he did say once he started marking and labeling them that he, like, those doors still kind of, I think, went to the same place.
Yes, but I
Yes.
don't. But didn't he say that they still moved? They just were different. The labels still remained on the door.
In fact, you would see a
X
few
marks?
doors that have an X marks directly above the doorknob.
Have we opened one of those?
The waiting room.
So I'll open a door on the right that we have not marked.
D20 roll. 20, that's a major benefit. Oof. Hmm. Oh wait, no, this isn't a skill roll, so it wouldn't be a major benefit. I'm sorry. You open the door, and you see a man standing there. You don't recognize him.
Hello.
He seems to say something to you, but you don't hear any sound.
He's facing our direction, or
Are you looking in?
yeah.
Yes, he's facing towards you. You also see another man appear next to him.
There's someone next to you.
Again, he seems to speak, but you don't hear anything.
I will do like a wave gesture. Hello.
He waves back, the second man.
Oh. Hey Ted. Look in this room.
I will come and look in the room.
A third man appears.
I wave.
The first man waves.
I think that's just they're copying us.
It's like a mirror room.
Yeah.
Well, wait right there.
The first man mimics you.
And it's not like I can't make out the person, right?
Oh no, you can see them just fine. You just don't recognize them.
That's even worse.
Yeah, that is. So it's not quite a mirror room. This is like. Oh, I'll still label this one mirror room.
Hey Jared, can I use your camera and take a picture of this? This would be pretty cool to
Yeah.
post online. Yeah, so if Jerry allows me to use his camera, I'll just take a picture of this and hand the camera back.
Which one are you using? Well, you said you want to put it online, so yeah, the digital camera. And I'll step over and probably produce the fourth person as I kind of look over everybody's shoulder and then just take a shot with the Polaroid.
When it develops, you see the Polaroid is overexposed because you took a picture of a mirror.
I'll have to remember that room. They got some handsome guys in there.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Does anyone want to try anything else with the mirror room, or are we gonna move on?
I'd say let's just move on.
I'll wave bye, and I'll say, "I'll see you in a few."
They wave back, or he waves back.
That would have been funny. They all wave when I shut the door. Son of a bitch. Okay. Next.
That would be me. I'll open one on the left to keep the pattern going.
D20 roll. The room here looks like a jungle at night.
All right. Let me have that string, Jerry.
There you go.
I'm gonna wander into the jungle.
You're gonna go in the jungle?
Just to see if it's like a full-on jungle or if it's literally just like an 8x8 roof that looks like a jungle.
Be careful. Our silverbacks are very territorial.
It's okay. I know to instantly drop to the ground and act like I died and shit myself if I can.
Give me a stealth. If you're,
Is there a roll for that?
Oof, that's a yeah, man. I can spend an XP to reroll that, right?
If you want.
I will. I don't want to get attacked. I don't want to get attacked by a silverback. Just gonna say it.
15. Okay. Spoil sport.
Rick was right.
I'm sorry, I've rolled enough of them. Thank you.
As you explore the room, it's definitely bigger than what you would expect. You're not sure if it goes on forever or if you're actually outside or what. You also get the sense that you are not alone here. There is something probably about as stealthy as you are moving through these trees.
Hmm. But aside from the fact that it's a little bit bigger than I expect in a jungle, there's nothing point of interest oriented, right?
Not that you can see.
All right, I will casually stroll my way back.
Right? Yeah, you get there no problem with your stealth.
As I stroll back through the door, guys, I had death breathing down my neck. I don't know why, but I felt like a tree was gonna fall on me.
Oh, really? Be careful.
Hand Jerry his string.
Was a tree after you?
No, besides
Do,
that, there was
do,
nothing else of interest in there.
do I call this death or do I call it night jungle?
Let's just call it night jungle. All right, Jerry, that means it's your turn.
Oh. An 18. There's our open the next door.
The next room, you see a figure standing there. Someone tall, about 8 feet tall, covered in black. Completely, their head is covered by a black veil. Black robes cover their form. You can't see any part of the body, but just the figure is there. The room itself is empty, black walls, black floor. And you can see a door on the opposite side.
Who's got a door?
Oh yeah, I look in. That's not all that's got in there.
Right?
Figure is standing there. It's moving slightly. It seems to be aware of you, but doesn't seem interested.
I think it's protecting that door. should we save this one for later?
When you
That's what-
say I think it's protecting the door, it actually raises an arm and gestures to the door. As if saying, "Go ahead."
Try your luck. Labeling this one giant. Should we try it?
I'll do it.
I
Strain.
mean, you've done the last two. I'll do this one.
All right, fine.
I will take the string. Nice. Step in the room.
It doesn't react.
Go around this guy.
He seems to be following you with his head, but doesn't react.
Is the door like look familiar or
Same basic design, only it's covered black.
open the door?
Door next to a hallway similar to the previous one, except it's in a corkscrew.
So this is a hallway with doors that goes up or down.
Yeah, like it spirals.
Is this at like the top or the bottom of the spiral, or it's just randomly in the middle?
If you step out, you'll be stepping onto the floor of the.
So the bottom.
Yeah.
So it
Okay.
looks like so it looks like this would be the bottom and it spirals. Okay, cool.
Sorry, not spirals upward. Like if if it was a cord and you twisted it, it would curl forwards, kind of like a plane doing a barrel roll.
Oh, you mean like a twisting hallway, but it's straight, not up or down.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So it's literally a twisting corridor that goes a full 180 or a full 360, whatever. That's actually even worse.
I close the door and I put a duct tape on it and I put corkscrew.
Are you leaving it?
I wave at the guy.
It gestures towards the door, the corkscrew door.
Are you the disembodied voice?
It very slowly shakes its head.
Is the disembodied voice through there?
It gestures towards the door. Corkscrew.
Guys, this guy is is really wanting us to go in the corkscrew hallway. Can you hear me? Over.
You guys are like 6 feet away.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, I was like over, huh?
I mean, I couldn't hear the last guy in that other room.
Kage just
The
appears to be
mirror room?
looking around, like waiting for him to say something.
To want? How does it look? How'd that room look?
It was a corkscrew. It was a hallway, except for it does like the fucking spins around on its head.
Is that the only way to find out what's going on with this place?
As I kind of look down our original hallway, does it appear like we're getting any closer to an end?
No.
Then I think this is as good a door as any to at least test out.
The giant figure and say, if we go through here, will this help us figure out what's going on?
It gestures to the door.
If I want to eat an apple pie, do I go through this door?
It kind of cocks its head.
I appreciate that, because that just means you're not always going to gesture to the door.
So I guess we go through that door. Anyway, you could leave string here too, Jerry.
Well, it's not his string. It goes all the way back to the beginning, so
Yeah, it's just following if it don't follow. Who knows what's happening to the string? For all I know, it is attached to the very death we need to travel to, and when we try to get out of here and follow it, that's where it takes us. So don't think that it's going to take us to
Look at the big
the
guy.
beginning.
Are you trapped in here?
It shakes its head.
All right. Well, I'll I'll follow Duke's about going over there then.
through the black room, through the black room.
Thank you, Mr. Giant. Oh, I'm going to pull out an energy bar and hand it to him.
It doesn't react.
You eat this.
Just seems to stare at you.
Do they even have a mouth?
You can't see it.
I'll leave this here for you. Thank you. I'm going to leave an energy bar on the floor. Hey, Ted.
Yeah.
As we go to leave this room, that shitting yourself part, like, I think I've done that.
Oh, good. You've learned the defense mechanism.
Now we're in the corkscrew place.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it the same as having doors?
Yep. In fact, a short distance ahead, though, you see a door with duct tape on it.
Hmm.
It spells pig butcher.
Awesome. The door coming out of the one where we come out of the corkscrew, I'm going to make sure this side of the door is labeled giant.
Okay.
Guys, do we open the pig butcher to find out if the pig butcher is the pig
Yes.
butcher?
Yes, just to establish that these doors still lead to where they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
There's a gust of cold air, smells faintly of metal, and you see hanging pig carcasses.
Are
There
they
was
pig
3 pig
carcasses?
carcasses last time, right?
Oh, it was dozens.
Crap. Let's shut the door.
Before you shut the door, you notice something else. In the distance, it's pitch black in the room. The previous time you opened it, it was pitch black. This time, you see a line of light in the distance, like light coming from beneath the door.
I will explain that. There seems to be a door in there with light.
I wonder. You want me to take this one since it was originally my door?
It could be a trap. Are you sure?
It could be.
We're in an extra-metro space in the freaking house, and we are now walking down a set of stairs that are in the spiral room that it's impossible to be in. And you're worried about going in a refrigerated room with pigs in it. And you're thinking we're well beyond trap. I follow Kage.
I'm just going to see if that door leads back to the hallway that we just came from.
Oh, like shit! That was the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say. So I'm just going through the room to see what's on the other side of the other door.
Okay. I assume you want to avoid the carcasses in general.
Yes.
Then you can give me a speed roll with your stealth.
11.
11. You're able to move through the carcasses. It gets denser as you get further in, but you're able to avoid touching them. And as you reach you make it to the other side and find another door.
I will attempt to open this door.
It opens. On the other side, you know the MC Escher painting?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what you find.
Toto, I think we left Kansas. Well, my theory has been shot. This does not connect to the original hallway, at least not yet.
Where does it connect to?
You ever seen that Escher painting of endless staircases?
Good old MC. Yeah, I like the one where he's got the waterfalls too. You're fucking kidding me. No, you're talking about the
No.
one where the stairs are upside down and the whole Harry Potter thing?
Yeah. It looks like that's the new hallway if we keep going this way.
Even though I know I've wanted to walk upside down on stairs and think I'm going somewhere.
Hey, Dove, can you slide me your duct tape and pen? I'm gonna label this one and then come back. Oh, wait, no, never mind. He said that he carved it with a knife. I have a knife. I'll pull out my knife and then just carve Escher in a big label on the door. And then I will weave my way back through the carcasses.
Oni, Patrick, why don't you give me an occult check with your intellect? That's it. It would occur to you that if things are getting weirder, maybe you're getting closer to the source.
I hate to say it. Well, I personally hate it, but I think if it's getting weirder, that's probably the best way to go. So it's probably better to go through that door that
All right.
Ted's at.
All right. You have this conversation as I'm weaving back through the bodies. I get there and you guys tell me I need to go back through again.
Hey, Tech. Good and bad news. Bad news is, you came all the way here for no reason. Good news is we're going over there.
All right.
Yeah, Patrick says the weirder it gets, the closer we get to the source.
That seems logical. And
So here's the thing. Is Spiral weirder than MC Escher?
MC, I sure is way weirder than Spiral.
Okay, then we go there.
I'll let Jets carry over, but everyone else give me speed checks. Stealth would apply.
I got nothing.
I
That was just straight.
I'm gonna spend 2. I have an edge, so I'm gonna make it easier. I do not have stealth.
Jerry, as you're moving through the carcasses, it gets thicker as you get deeper in, a little harder to move. And your leg barely brushes one of the dangling legs of one of the carcasses, and immediately it begins to squeal and scream,
Oh fuck
its
me.
body thrashing back and forth, which bumps into other hanging carcasses, which also begin to squeal and flail until
And
they
then
start to fall from the hooks.
and then the one I bump into, and that fucker squeals, and then the fuckers that fucker bumps into, because I'm fucking bumping into. Oh my god! And now I'm bumping into the ones to get me to the fucking door.
Several of them break free of the hooks and begin to fold into each other.
Oh, fuck no! Let's get the fuck out of here.
All
It
right.
forms into a malshapen mass of pig flesh and begins moving towards you. I'm going to need initiative rolls.
What the fuck?
Is initiative a D20?
Yes. Let me just find the stats for this. Okay. Um, so Jerry and Patrick, you both beat the difficulty on the initiative. So you will go before the monster. And Dove rolled a natural 1. So
Oh god! Does that give you an intrusion on initiative?
I believe there is an initiative skill, so I think it.
I have no problem. I mean,
I'm not gonna use it this time. I'm not gonna use it in this case. But
If it was gonna do an intrusion, I would re-roll.
no, it's fine. Yeah. So Jerry and Patrick, you can go in any order you want. You're before the creature.
What kind of weaponry does the institute provide us with? We don't really carry anything, do we? Because we're not
Speak
really
for
competent.
yourself.
Recorder.
Well, you probably do. What?
Uh,
I also
you would
do.
you would have had access to basic self-defense equipment, like a baton or a taser.
Um, then I do a quick scan of the room, realizing this is the butcher shop, looking for the largest fucking like knife, or some kind of fucking cleaver, basically.
There is nothing here but pig carcasses that you can see.
Oh man. Um, I kind of step behind my friend fucking uh Kage and hoping when he said "Speak for yourself, motherfucker," I was speaking for myself and being able to defend myself. And I don't know if there's a defense action or something I can take, but I'm going to look through the actions. But yeah, I'm just kind of preparing to defend myself if I have to, pulling out a like a retractable baton.
Okay, Patrick.
I got me a nice handgun. I got myself a nice pocket handgun. Uh, yeah, all right. I'm gonna fire it with the handgun.
Okay, do you have a skill for small arms?
Yeah, I could do small arms.
Okay, I believe that's a speed roll.
I got no edge, so that would be 3 points.
You hit.
2 damage.
See here. Takes 2 damage. Okay. Now it is the creature's turn. Uh, it crawls its way towards. Go for no. Grumpy backed off, so it would go for Oni, I think, who shot it. Uh, it is. It heaves itself up, so it's almost standing vertically, and tries to body slam on top of you. Oni, give me a speed defense roll.
8.
Uh, did you have anything to ease that?
Nah, I don't have anything for speed.
Okay. Uh, all right. Covered target takes damage each round and can't take other physical actions until they succeed on a might roll on their action to squirm free. A target who dies from this damage is consumed by the meat with eyes, and their body becomes part of the creature.
The meat
So
with eyes.
yes. So Oni, you will take a serious injury.
That's half, right, or half. That's on the damage tracker, right?
No, you start out as hail. You would go down to impaired. That is the creature's turn. The remaining 2 players.
I will pull out my machete and go to stab at it.
Cool. Might roll.
I feel like this is important. I'll spend an XP to reroll that.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're not able to get through its. You're not able to land a solid hit on it.
So this motherfucker just engulfed my friend. So I run around and I'm gonna try and body slam it away from off of Patrick,
Okay, that's a might check.
and I'm gonna try and ease it, and it's this would be considered unarmed, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trained in this, and it's light weapon, so it's eased. So I don't know what difficulty you got. $13.
13 hits.
I do 2 damage because it's a melee. I do 2 damage because of the thing, and another 2, so I do a total of 6 damage as I try and body slam this thing.
You slam into it. You can hear the bones crunching. It seems to have taken a lot of damage from that.
Let go!
Okay. We're back to the top of the order. So Grumpy and Oni.
So Patrick is fucked up, or how is that? How is that mechanically? Does he look like he can operate by himself, or does he need assistance? And did he get?
If he doesn't get out in the next 2 turns, he'll die.
Yeah.
Oh, he is actually like still being like eaten by the monster.
Yep.
Well, then I will attempt to snatch his ass up and try to remove him from the pig. So what is it? Meat with eyes.
Yeah.
As good old Dove tries to shove him away.
Give me a might check.
And I will see where we are. All points. Definitely spend 3 to spend an effort. Gives me 7 left. So put some effort into this. And D20. Oh,
Yes, you managed to pry Oni out of the meat. He smells absolutely horrible.
Thank you.
you, you still love bacon. I'm just dragging you towards the MC Escher door.
I would like to use one of my special abilities on it. By chance,
Um,
or since he got me out, that'll be my turn.
All right, you take 1 stress and spend 1 intellect. You transfix a person. Okay, yeah, it just happens.
Oh, sweet. So now I have 2 stress.
That's your action, and the creature loses its action on its turn.
Oh, nice.
So it's back to you two.
Take a swing again. I'm steadily getting better.
Did you use effort on that?
Yeah. Yes.
Then that just hits.
Sweet.
How much damage does that do?
4 plus 1, so 5.
That you lob off its one non-crushed head, and the meat falls limp.
Nice.
All right, let's get through this door.
Yeah, let's get out.
So just a reminder, you guys can restore your points as an action. You can get 1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could like take a picture of myself of this, and I was gonna post it online to my online friends or followers and say I could always handle myself. You see, I'm used to getting fights. Like this is a brag that he's gonna use this moment to brag online about this.
You're in an extra dimensional space. There is no cell service.
No.
Don't tell him it just gets unread.
Yeah. He just let him. Yeah, he just sends it. He doesn't even realize that it's fucking.
Yeah. Never mind the fact that it's going to come out all garbled.
Mhm.
So I will click the action and roll a d6 plus 1.
And then that's just points to place in whatever pool.
Yep. And you can divide it up among multiple pools.
Actually, probably worth it. Dude. Yeah.
I want to refill my might and speed pools.
No. It takes 10 minutes.
So you're going through the MC door.
Yes.
Uh, you open the door. You step through. It does resemble the original hallway, just in the insane design.
So was that a left door or a right door? I guess let's try the next door.
Who's
Right.
lucky
Sounds good to
chap?
me.
Who's the lucky chap that gets to pick this one?
I'll open the. I'll skip 2 doors on the right and then open a door.
As you guys fully enter the room,
Uh-oh.
you hear the disembodied voice again. Welcome. You finally found me. And you see a man, rather average looking, except for the unsettlingly wide grin on his face.
I'll lean over to
You,
Jerry.
also,
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
you would also notice him holding a book in his right hand.
I think we found our average guy.
Yeah.
Oh, and that book you were looking for.
I have to thank you for coming after the Ericksons left. I thought there would be no one to explore.
If you don't mind if you can have your name, good fellow?
Nay,
I don't think he has a name, damn it.
Don't worry about it. He'll figure out sooner or later that we're not here, and then he'll just realize how crazy he really is.
How long have you been here?
oh, I arrived just after the Ericksons left.
Are you a spirit or um,
We're not
not a
Ghostbusters.
demon?
Spirit. No.
Demon?
Well, what is a demon?
Yeah, you fucking opened your fucking pie hole. Now fucking tell him.
I,
And
I don't want to know. I honestly don't want to know if he's a demon or not now. Be
You're the
question.
one that fucking stated it.
Jerry's like the hand that's holding his fucking colossal baton. The knuckles are probably white, just gripping that thing is tight. Fingernails digging in the palm of his hands, just kind of fucking somewhat unnerved and slightly terrified, probably being in this room with this fucking.
What do
I-
you, what do you want? Uh,
Oh, if you mean here, nothing.
you. So you just hear?
Oh, I learned all I need.
Just looks around. What the hell? Do y'all know what that would mean?
You said he had the book, or he had the thing that the book was in.
He's holding a book.
So if you have everything you need, are you going to be returning to wherever you came from?
I suppose I
And
just couldn't resist. Play.
Is this all a prank?
And better.
Where are you from?
From elsewhere.
So, when can the Ericksons expect you to move out?
Hmm. I suppose I could leave.
You wanted the book, right?
Ooh, this. And he holds up the book. And you see this geometric pattern on the cover. There's no name, no title. But the pattern makes it hard to focus on the book itself. This was just a catalyst of my experiment.
Why did you want to experiment with those two people that just didn't have nothing to do with you?
Enough. I needed someone.
Were you the one that started messing with us as soon as we got here?
Oh, you had trouble.
We just had an accident.
Hmm. Perhaps.
So you're done with your experiment?
Oh, yes.
Um, did we pass?
Hmm?
Were we your experiment?
Oh, no. You were just amusing.
I hope we were.
Before you leave, can we leave?
Oh, certainly. And a new door appears behind him. He opens the door and says, if you're fast enough, and steps through the door, which he closes, disappears,
God damn it.
and this impossible room begins to fold in on itself as the source of this place was removed.
Back where they came, back where they came.
Follow the string, follow the string,
Run!
follow the string.
Speed tests.
I spend 2.
I also spend 2.
That's,
Okay.
I have to spend a full 3.
I don't think even if I spend 3, I've made it.
You guys dash back through the rooms you came through, following the line. You can see the hallways begin to collapse in on each other, on themselves, folding until it looks like it's the initial doorway was the most stable, connecting to the real world, so it's collapsing everywhere else first. Uh, as you run, Kage, you're in the rear, hurrying everyone else along, and just as you're making it to the doorway, the last bit of space folds onto your foot, giving you a serious injury, but you're able to make it out through the door, which slams shut and then folds back into place. The wall fills in, the pictures on the wall shift back, and the hole that you made also returns to where it should be.
What the?
I
I
hated
throw
that.
up.
After investigation, there was no door in the wall. Let's get out of here. And I start walking down the stairs.
Why are spirits assholes? We're demons. I bet he's a demon. Why are they an asshole?
I don't agree with Patrick. I think you were just a nice guy. Thank you.
Throw Patrick under the bus.
I mean, he's trying to throw us all under the bus, calling this guy an asshole. You just see what
He knows he is.
I throw up more.
That's why I need to stay at my house forever.
I assume you guys headed back to the van.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good place to go. Can you actually get us out of here?
Is there a sun?
Yes.
Quite easily. I start going the wrong way.
Oddly enough, you do not find any difficulty leaving. You make it back to another 4-hour drive back to the city, and you file your report with the head archivist. He reads it in bafflement. This is uh, fascinating. Um, I've never quite encountered such a complex event.
I thought it was just gonna be a nice little like ghost that we just asked to leave. Not that thing.
I mean, technically, we asked and he left, but it's all the things that happened in between that are sketchy.
I,
crushed by
I
that
just
meat.
took this job because it was like, we didn't have to do anything. I didn't know that.
That was all fake. I had to take almost a week worth of bath just to get rid of that smell on me.
Bet you think twice about eating bacon.
Newsflash, you still smell, buddy.
God damn it! I'm good. We're done with this. I'm going back home, Michelle.
Yes. Thank you all for your hard work. And I think that's what we'll call it.
I go buy bacon, put it in Patrick's locker.
Oh yeah, dude. I can imagine the shit we do with him for pigs. Little pig carcasses and shit. Just fucking hear it again.
We'll
That
be
was fun.
really
It
crushed.
was
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out to stream today. If you enjoyed our content, please feel free to drop us a follow. We would really appreciate the support. And tune in Mondays and Wednesdays for our D&D content. Want to keep up with the events and extra streams? Please check out our Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date on the schedule releases and updates for the streams, including extra streams that we may not have on schedule. And if you would like to see previous content that we've done, check us out on YouTube at Epitaph of Creation. Thank you so much for coming out today, and have a good night, everybody.